Welcome back, everyone. Phoenix 3 here, and I just wanted to share an opinion on Pokemon Sun and Moon. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I really didn't know much about it outside of that they just filed a trademark for the name Sun and Moon, and that this year is actually the first time that they actually filed a trademark that actually came with a logo design. Now, this logo design here doesn't look like it's a placeholder. It actually looks like it's a legitimate logo for the game. So I have no reason to assume that the next series of games wasn't at the time going to be called Sun and Moon. But after today's Pokemon announcement, I'm not going to call it a direct because, well, it wasn't one. But after their announcement today, it is confirmed that this series is going to be the next series of games. Now, we don't know right now if this here is a Gen 6.5 game or a Gen 7 game because there was a leak like a couple of days ago that revealed new Pokemon, their names, and their typing. So I don't know where I stand at on that right now. I really don't want a new Pokemon generation because I mean I'm still not even done doing everything in the Pokemon games that I want. But I don't know, like I haven't actually finished a Pokemon game 100% since like Red and Blue. And that's because they released them so fast where I just lose interest in trying to do everything because I'm going to have to do it again in the next game. And I really don't have time to sit down and play games like that. So I just play through the story and just have the game at that point just to have the game. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people were in that same boat as well. I tried to do everything in X and Y, but it just didn't happen. Only thing I ended up doing was getting my some of my old powers up to the max, and that was it. I tried to do some of the post game stuff with Detective Looker, I think his name is, but nothing really came of that either. So, but going back to this, I thought this bird Pokemon here on the screen, I thought it was a fletchling, so I kind of dismissed it as whatever because they were throughout the entire presentation showing off other Pokemon as well. So I had no reason to assume that it was a new Pokemon. But the way things look now, it actually does look like it is a new Pokemon altogether. I saw a different wireframe shot of it, as well as a lightly textured version of it, and it did indeed look different. But everybody also thought it was a Fletchling as well too. It might be a Fletchling, it might be a different version of Fletchling, like how both the Unpheasants have completely different models for the male and female. I think it's a new Pokemon, but it looks way too close to Fletchling if you ask me. Actually, now that I look at it, the tail feathers actually don't look as wide either. So I mean, who knows? It still has that rounded head shape that Fletchling got, so I can see where people would think that it would be if they just glanced at it real quick. But another thing, the actual trailer that they showed leading up to this, I feel that's what they should have shown back at the Super Bowl because that actually has a more of a Pokemon feel to it rather than a bunch of people saying I can do that. Now I can see where they were going for with that though, but it just seemed like a generic advertisement that anyone could make. I mean, they could have did the exact same thing for like the Super Bowl or whatever, or a group like the Art Institute or whatever, trying to get people into their school, and they have a bunch of people saying I can do that. Trying to build them up to be the next. I can understand that, but it just seems way too generic. But this teaser that they showed here, I feel that's the one they should have shown the um for the Super Bowl because it showed where Pokemon started, and a lot of people who do watch the Super Bowl from my generation grew up with that generation of Pokemon, and showing it to where it is now, and I feel that it wouldn't have been as cryptic as this other one was. But that's just how I feel about that. I mean, they can obviously do whatever they want with their money. I'm not gonna tell them what to do with it. But what else did we learn about Pokemon Sun? I mean, there was really nothing here, like at all. But we got to see some screenshots of what the development is actually going to look like. It's not going to actually look that good in game because they're going to use probably the same graphics. I hope they don't. I hope they actually go with a more cell shaded look, or rather like a hard 3D look. Because I really didn't care for the sprite based graphics too much. I feel like it took away from some of the 3D models. But I can understand why they want to do it. I just think they need to move away from it. But then again, there's a reason why people still create 2D games using sprites. So I mean, I guess if it works, it works. But I mean, other than that, I mean, there was really nothing new there. I was really expecting maybe to get something for Poking Tournament. I mean, I think a lot of us were, but it was really just a 20th anniversary Pokemon release that showed off, some Pokemon Sun and Moon at the end. It was, to my understanding, that this game has been in development for 6 years, or maybe not this game, but they have been working on a Pokemon game for the last 6 years. I don't know which one it is. It might be this one. It might not be. I don't know, but hopefully we get to hear something about that soon. Maybe for this game, and this is a hope that I'm having, is that they balance the base stats of Pokemon in this game, because I've always said that I've never been a fan of Mega Evolution. I feel it was a cheap way to try to bring change to the series, but I feel they should just balance the base stats of all the Pokemon as a whole. Like every Pokemon at its final form of evolution should have some common ground somewhere. Like maybe between 550 and like 600. It seems like a really good spot for it, I guess. Because I mean, you have a lot of them that are in their final form, and some don't even break 300. Some barely break 400. Some are like mid 400. And then you got Pokemon like Garchomp and Thundurus with overpowered abilities, and Megas like Kangaskhan and stuff like that that approach 600 or break 600, but have really stupid abilities to where there's no reason to use anything else. So I really want them to balance that. Now that Mega Evolution is here, I want it around. It should be a thing that stays around, but they need to balance the Pokemon themselves, because I mean, you got people that want to use their favorites but can't because they just can't stand up in a battle. Even some Pokemon that got Megas aren't used because, well, they still lose to the top threats. But I guess that's all I had on this. I can't really think of anything else to really say about this. I mean, we already knew about the information, so well, I mean, I guess that's it. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm always going to be doing Pokemon related content. I've got some new things that I'm working on that I want to put out as well, but I want to make sure it's super polished and stuff first. And be sure to like the video, leave comments below if you've seen something that I didn't, or if you just want to talk about something related to the reveal, then be my guest. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, and I hope to see you all in the next one.